Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and just a couple of days ago, we went over a lot of the leaked or data mined twist heroes that are expected to arrive on June 1st. We still don't know of the official details, but it was data mined, found in the code. We went over a bunch of them. There were even some unannounced heroes, and Imic, who is the one that data mined all of that, actually uncovered even more heroes, most of which are unfinished. None of them have decks, but I thought it'd be really interesting to take a look at the possible future of what's coming to Twist, because it really does appear that the mode is going to be like this hero pre-built deck mode for at least quite some time. We'll find out with the official announcement later this month, probably next week, you would imagine. But until then, I thought it'd be a lot of fun to take a look at these heroes, what we might have in store in the future. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. It helps us out a lot as we're on the road to 83,000 subscribers. So thank you to Imic for sharing this. I will link his Twitter down below. And again, most of these are unfinished. A lot of them are missing passives. It could totally, none of these could end up showing up in the game, but they're in the code. So we're going to take a look, and we're going to start off with the Headless Horseman, who has a 2-mana hero power. I like it showing a Murloc. Obvious placeholder art, you would think. Give your minions a Death Rattle, summon a 2/1 Squashling with Rush, and then the 2/1 Squashling is like the old priest card that had Echo, and a passive of an Unholy Treat. Your first minion each turn has Echo. Next, we have Pit Boss Reska with a 2-mana Relentless Ghoul hero power. This is ripped straight from Duels, although we also saw it on one of the heroes that are coming to the game. I don't know if it was the Lich King, but one of them had it leaked already. Summon a 1/1 Ghoul with Charge and Reborn. It dies at the end of turn, and that's the Ghoul there. Very similar as the hero power one in the game. With Endless Excavation, the passive after 5 friendly undead die, excavate, which is pretty cool, right? You hero power once and you get 2/5 of the way to excavate. So you have effectively infinite excavates as long as you keep hero powering. And that would be a pretty fun one. I would assume it'd probably have like a token based deck or something like that. We have Gunslinger Kurtrus with no art on this one, apparently. It has the hero power of Spin Claw with text, +2 attack this turn. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw that many. It's like a constant plot twist whenever your hero power. That's pretty crazy for a class that likes to draw cards. Might be able to do some stuff with that. And then they have Emerald Goggles, which is like an old Duels passive. You're going to see a lot of reused dual assets, like straight up reused. The leftmost card in your hand costs 1 less, but not less than 1. I think Emerald Goggles discounted it by 2 or 3 back in my day, you know, when Duels actually existed and wasn't deleted for this or whatever. Next, we have Helvariant Darkraven, another very similar Duels hero power with Illidari Strike. Choose an enemy minion, summon 2/1/1 Illidari with Rush to attack it. It has the hero or passive of Gift of the Legion. Your Rush minions have charge while there are no enemy minions. You gotta get Mukla in there. Get that 10/10 Rush with no minions. That would be bananas. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, but that would be actually a pretty cool one, like to manipulate and do stuff with. There's Spelunker Guff, which is curious because we already have Guff Rune Totem. So how would that work? Anyways, who knows? These might not even show up. We don't know. And again, very similar to Duels, where you have Nature's Gifts, 2-mana hero power, choose one, you gain +2 spell damage this turn or gain 3 armor. I think in Duels it was gain attack or spell damage. And then you have a passive, which is, or a spell of gain spell damage +2 this turn. And then Warden's Insight, which was a Duels passive. You could get like Treants, refresh your mana. It could be totally reworked, but yeah, a lot of this stuff like literally unfinished. It's pretty crazy. You have Elise Starseeker with the passive hero power of Idols of Elude. You choose one, spell damage +2 this turn, or get a copy of the last spell you cast. So I guess at the beginning of the turn, you'll just get to pick that. That'll be a really weird one. And also another passive, basically, after you cast 4 spells in a turn, add a Moonfire to your hand, which is, again, very reminiscent of Duels. I like how we have one Sylvanas here, like literally nothing. It's completely unfinished. The 1-mana hero power Reclaim souls from battlegrounds. Give +2/+1 to your minions that died last combat. I don't think that's going to work very well in a ladder situation or a Hearthstone situation, but yeah, you can see. I have no idea if these are going to be used, but they're at least interesting to look at. We have Explore Dawngrass, very unfinished, 2 mana hero power Frostburn, freeze a character. If it's already frozen, deal 2 damage. Kagdar as well, pretty unfinished. 3 mana, summon elemental. You summon a 2/3 elemental. It copies your spells. I can't remember the elemental. I'll try and dig it up while I'm editing, but there was one in like Adventures where you would like cast or like shuffle spells or copy spells. I think it's a bit different than what they're talking about here, but there was something like that. Kel'Thuzad, again, an unfinished passive, but as a 3 mana hero power of Grave Mistake, trigger all minions' death rattles twice. Voltron here has a really crazy setup here with a 0 mana, so passive effect of a hero power. Give your hero +1 attack this turn and Divine Shield. So that's pretty good. You're like immune effectively on your turn every time. And I assume you lose it, right? Because it says this turn after you end your turn, and has the passive of Impulse Redirection after a friendly character, so yourself or your minions, loses Divine Shield to give a minion in your hand +1/+1. Reused from Duels to an extent. And yeah, that would be like constant hand buffing going on, and I guess it would be they would reallocate this to Rogue or Paladin, because yeah, normally this is a Paladin thing, or Paladin or Rogue hero skin, not a Paladin one, but I guess he could realign that. Rogue has just a bizarre, like, yeah, Death Mantle Valera with the old Scabs hero power of Sleight of Hand. The next card you play this turn costs 2 less. It's just the old Scabs hero power from the, what is it, Alterac hero card, the one that got nerfed from 7 to 8 mana. The one time I was right about a Scabs card. We have Hagatha the Witch, which again reuses a Duels hero power. Totemic Power, summon a random basic totem. If you're overloaded, summon a non-basic totem instead. Pretty terrifying with like Geigen Totem and all that big stuff. And Battle Totem, which has no text, but in Duels, that was your battle cries are twice, you know, brand. So let's hope that's not a thing, right? That got nerfed to like an ultra rare. It was broken there. It's always broken. Stop doing it, Blizzard. Ragnaros, which is just like completely unfinished. Who knows what this means? But Awaken the Flame, a 2 mana hero power. Imbue a Sanctum Golem with the power of fire. Whatever that means, I don't know. And the floor is lava, which was an old Duels hero or passive. We have Lord Jaraxxus with the Demon Blood. Give a random demon in your hand +3/+2 for 1 mana, which I believe was a Tamsin hero power in Duels. And again, Edge of Dredge unfinished there, or not finished. Nemsi Necrofizzle with, I think this is a unique hero power and passive. It's pretty cool. Soul Weave, 3 mana hero power. You draw a card at the end of turn, discard it. So not amazing, but you have Swamp Supplies, which is weird, like was a buff thing in Duels. Here, the first time you discard a card each turn, you draw one, so you can spend 3 mana to draw a card to discard it, and then draw a card from this. But if it's a discard synergistic card, that could be really good, but pretty weird. Here's a Duels reuse. Imagine this actually gets put into the game. It'll just be straight up Duels. I revealed this card. I had a Duels reveal for this. Darius Crowley, 2 mana fire hero power. Fire your cannons. If they kill any minions, refresh this with the Cannoneer passive, start a game, summon a cannon. Exactly the same as Duels. It's like a dormant thing, and you would activate it to shoot your cannon, I think for like 1 damage. So are they going to reuse that like entire hero and concept? It was a cool one, but like, again, why can't we have Duels? But I'm wondering if like a lot of these are just weird placeholders that don't have the detention, because again, we have like Rikara, No Guts, No Glory. Again, a Duels hero power, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, give it +2 attack. If it dies, gain 2 armors. And again, a passive that was in Duels of your minions have rush. Rocket backpacks, exact same. Although it might have been your first minion you played had rush. I think it was the first minion. We had Sire Denathrius with Masterpiece. This hero power seems terrible. It's 0 mana. Spend all your mana. Summon a random minion that costs that much. So that just seems, there's that priest card that does that, and that was terrible. Why? I guess it's just a flexible hero power, and if I want thought I could summon a 10 drop on turn 10, or just, you know, I always have something to do with my mana. So I guess I could see that being something. And then we have Varian Rin with the hero power. I like this. 2 mana, Rin Fury. Give your hero, not Rin Fury. What are you doing, Blizzard? Win Fury this turn with the Blades of Rin. I think it was like Pillage or something. I can't remember what it's called in Duels, but this one's different anyways. At the start of your turn, if you have no weapon equipped, equip the leftmost weapon in your hand. So you get a free weapon as long as there's one in your hand. So that could be pretty good. The original one, passive by the way, in Duels, would just equip a random weapon at the same mana cost and I think give it +1 attack. So that's all like the leaked, mostly unfinished heroes with no decks or anything, but it really gives an insight to like what the future of Twist is looking like, where it's like a pseudo Twist, pseudo like dungeon, not really a dungeon run, I guess, because you're not really building on, but it's like a pre-built decks version of Duels, pretty much, right? Like that's what we're kind of looking at. And again, could they have done this with Duels and then have Twist be its own thing where we have a rotating format, which we don't look like we're gonna have? It's a weird one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, none of this is confirmed. None of these could end up showing up, but it's in the files. It's there for some reason, right? You would think. So yeah, have fun discussing it, what your favorites are, what you're thinking of all this. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.